Hey everyone, welcome to our full moon collective reading. We do have a full moon today, either in Capricorn or Aquarius, depending on which astrological system you follow. But regardless, both Aquarius and Capricorn's planetary ruler is Saturn. So there is a lot of Saturnian energy with this full moon. And as many of us know, Saturn rules karma, time, restriction, doing things the tried and true way, slow and steady wins the race, that kind of energy. So I definitely feel like that means that many of us could probably resonate with feeling like we are seeing our growth, we are witnessing ourselves maturing, going through that maturation process. The one who seeks is not the one who finds. And it's because we evolve and grow and change. So I do think this time is really highlighting those changes that are taking place, that have taken place. You can be noticing how you've grown, how you've changed. You know, maybe you're witnessing yourself reacting differently to things or viewing things from a different perspective. I feel like many of us are connecting to our true, authentic values and the things that we genuinely want to nourish and support in our lives. I'm also seeing a lot of creative energy here, so I feel like a lot of us are maybe aligning more to our creative vision, whatever that is, believing in that more and taking action in that direction, in the things that maybe you thought you could only daydream about and fantasize about. Maybe you're coming to a realization that these are the things that really matter, the things that maybe you didn't put a lot of thought or time and dedication onto because maybe you just thought it was not really feasible. You know, maybe the term abundance is shifting, whereas when you heard the word abundant, you would think of material gains and financial abundance. But having the understanding that the things that we create in the material world will eventually pass away, inherently will put more importance on those things that make you feel fulfilled and full and happy, even if they aren't totally tangible things. You know, it can just be your spiritual practice or like a hobby or something that you just really love to do, that maybe it's not really like a huge money maker, or there's no big promises or guarantees that it's going to turn into that, but that's not the point. I'm seeing like values are definitely shifting, and we're putting more of an emphasis, more of an importance on our happiness, regardless of what material gains and rewards we can receive from it, or, you know, what we think is successful. You know, maybe success to you is shifting. Maybe now success means peace, happiness, the simple life, being connected to something greater, aligning with your truth, with your true values, discovering what that is without the influence of anything else. I feel like that's been a major theme, is really working on our values without the influence of what, you know, family members may want for us, or what we think is the right thing to do, what we were taught. It's like ridding yourself of all influences, stripping all of those external variables and going to the deep, dark depths and finding your light and finding your truth and aligning to your true, genuine values, and realizing that even if it doesn't really match up with what you once considered success to be, it's still worth taking action towards and pursuing, because it's like we're looking for internal fulfillment. And in my opinion, that always happens by connecting to something that is bigger than ourselves, connecting to the greater whole, following our bliss, following our heart, and finding value in that, finding that valuable. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking of someone saying like, yeah, okay, how are you gonna pay for everything you need with your hopes and dreams? But hey, Maybe, why not? The point is to open up your mind and expand your consciousness to what's possible, because it's all possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's infinite possibilities. So it's just up to you. Remember, you're the one that creates your own ceiling. So it's completely up to you. So I just definitely am seeing a reevaluation of values, of what is considered to be successful. I feel like that's shifting, going from a material outlook to more of a spiritual outlook, kind of detaching from the material a little bit and seeing the value of internal happiness and sense of peace and bliss. I feel like whatever it is that we've been dedicating ourselves to, working on, building up, showing up for every day, like, we're seeing that maybe that's not like our true fulfillment. Maybe we were just doing what we thought was right, what we thought we needed to do. And now you're seeing like that the actions that you've been putting in and what you've been showing up for and what you've been working on, it's faulty in some way. There's like a spotlight that's being put on your actions that you feel aren't really helping you to get anywhere where you feel truly fulfilled. It's like you're putting in all this work, all this effort just to feel empty. And sometimes that's what it takes, and that's okay. Sometimes it takes going down that path and, building something up, something really strong and stable, and making your surroundings beautiful, and stacking up your money and getting that nice house and that nice car and having the nice clothes and being able to afford the vacations and the luxuries of life. And then somehow still finding yourself feeling empty at the end of it, and somehow finding yourself unfulfilled. This is about valuing more your creativity, your creative pursuits, your spiritual connection, how you truly feel inside, figuring out, what does fulfill you, what really is it that fulfills you, and becoming connected to that and taking action towards whatever that is, regardless of how much of a fantasy it seems like, feeling very drawn and pulled to move in whatever direction that is, feeling more open to put action into this. And it's almost like you're running, because we have this card right here, that Knight of Swords, and if you look at it, he's running. I think you can see it a little bit there. So I feel like once you figure it out, what it is that you want to pursue, it's like you're going to run, not walk. It's like you're going to just go for it, because it's just this big realization of what's important now. It's just like this shift that's happening inside of you. It's definitely an awakening, becoming enlightened to something, seeing something, feeling something, and being confident in what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're uncovering, what it is that you're learning. Feeling very confident about that. Trusting yourself to know that you can shift gears. It's never too late to move in a different direction, to make adjustments, to trust that you can do it, to believe in yourself, to have courage, and to be brave, to know that you're going to find abundance here. And maybe even if it's not abundance in the sense of like I mentioned, like material abundance, but I do have to say that I am seeing material abundance here. I am, but it can also just be an indication that you're going to regard it like in the same way that you regarded material abundance. Like you're regarding this in that same way. Like you're placing that much importance on this, like you did on material success. So even if, you're downsizing in whatever way or something, it's like you're still feeling like you hit the jackpot, like you're flourishing, like this is the good life. This is a life of luxury, like even if technically it isn't, it's like you feel like that. You feel, or you'll feel like a queen or king on their throne, and you'll feel very proud of what you've managed to create for yourself and grow for yourself and what you do have to offer. It's just pretty much understanding that abundance doesn't only mean like material abundance. Abundance can be knowledge, education, abundance can be being a very learned person with this Athena card here with wise decision. This is a very intelligent person. You make wise decisions when you can truly align to what your purpose is, to what you value. Really feel into what that truth is for you. From there, you learn to make better choices for yourself. So abundance isn't only necessarily material things, tangible things, status, and things like that. It can be peace, like I have peace. And that is all the abundance I could have ever asked for. The ultimate gift is peace, is harmony, unity. It's not, a big mansion and fancy cars. Maybe through your own effort and your own will can you obtain those things, but that's not spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those aren't the gifts of spirit. Spirit is pure. And I'm not like saying that those things are bad in any way at all. I'm just, making it very clear that the gifts that spirit gives you is peace and harmony. So it's like regarding that as abundant, placing an importance on that, just the same way that maybe you have placed importance on material things, or maybe you once felt that the material world was the most important, or even if you didn't, it's just easy to get sucked into the material world because we're entrenched in it, So it's kind of like getting that wake-up call, being shaken awake, remembering what's truly important, and becoming wealthy in mind and spirit, and feeling abundant because of good character, good thoughts, good actions. Karma means actions. And when you do karma yoga, you are doing selfless actions without the purpose of receiving a reward at the end, but of practicing how to control your actions, how to purify your actions. So I would definitely say that you should look into karma yoga if you're not already engaging in some type of karma yoga practice. This would be the time to really begin that practice, incorporate that, because that's definitely one of the ways that we can achieve spiritual wealth. It's through this selfless work that will help us to purify our actions, that will help us to control our actions, to become disciplined, so that we can work on letting go of our personal egos and learn to work with compassion for the universal good. Many spiritual texts allude to that being the major obstacle, is perceiving life and living life through your ego. And once you can drop your ego and you can just live life for the universal good and carry out your dharma, all obstacles fade away. What creates the obstacles is us looking out through the perspective of our ego and looking out through this perspective that is separate, that wants the rewards, that wants the gains, that wants whatever you want, that has desires and lower natures and stuff like that, and doesn't have control or discipline. The best way to overcome that is to come from a selfless place. So this may come with having to fight for your rights, having to really stand strong and have the courage and be brave to make the changes that you want to make, to break free from whatever it is that you feel could be like tying you to something, that could be kind of keeping you from what you are discovering and realizing is your true north, is your true direction. So yeah, just make sure that you're not getting lost in what others want to do, family, friends, children, parents, society, whatever the media teaches us. And, don't lose sight of what you want for yourself. This heavy Saturnian energy that we have is actually supporting us. It's creating responsibility, and it's giving us the ability to face pain and to harness any lower natures or conflicting energies. But if you are feeling like a conflicting energy inside, just know that this conflicting energy you're feeling is the catalyst for change and transformation. So I know that it can be heavy, but know that you can do it. I know it can feel like it's a lot to carry, it's a lot to do, but we're strong and we're capable. And our mind likes to convince us, that maybe that's not a good idea, or maybe, we're not strong enough, or we're not gonna be able to succeed, or maybe you can't really do that or something. But I feel like our mind likes to make things worse than what it really is. So I think that's why it's really important, like, to take the time to be alone. Like, if you can take like a solo trip, like a weekend getaway by yourself, to just reflect and meditate and journal and chant, and or be in silence, go to one of those retreats where you don't speak. Just do something that's going to bring you back home to yourself. No distractions, just you with you. Because I feel like the motivation of Dharma is at its most potent right now. You're being guided towards your Dharma, your personal duty to all that is, to creation, to your destiny, which usually involves connecting selfless service for humanity. But in order for that to happen, you have to empty your soul of your desires and become pure within. And, learning to let go of our egos can be painful. It can be a painful thing because we've become so entrenched and we've identified so much with it. But this becomes the conduit for the higher powers to come through you, to be used for the good of humanity. I'm also seeing a lot having to do with like relationships and community and coming together, because when we harmonize our inner and outer worlds, our relationships can harmonize too. So it's about coming together in harmony, working together, being in sync with one another, with creation, and finding nourishment, in that unity. When we can step into this flow, this produces wealth and success. And remember, the kind of wealth and success that we've already covered. And I'm not trying to like shun material things and material success. This is the reading right now. This is the energy right now. It's shifting your idea of what abundance is and what success is. But yes, there is usually a sacrifice that has to happen to get to this point, or to reach this unity, this connection to all that is. Also, I want to mention music. Music is very important. Rhythm, harmony. So I would say that chanting could probably be very, very beneficial. If you don't have a chanting practice, you can start. There's so many chanting videos on YouTube that you can find. If you need any help, if you are interested in that and you can't seem to find your way, I will be more than happy to guide you. Chanting is definitely like one of my favorite things to do. Okay, guys, so this is our opportunity to write our own music, to really lead a life that we truly love, that we truly enjoy, not one that is empty and that makes us frustrated and keeps us seeking and trying to fill it with material stuff, because this is never going to fulfill us. So it's filling your emptiness inside and harnessing your lower Mars energy by connecting with your purpose, with your Dharma, with your cosmic responsibility and duty, and finding the value in that and considering that to be successful and abundant. What can be more successful and abundant than liberation? No one can take that from you. That you take with you. That doesn't pass away. And we also have this visualization card here. I wanted to touch on it because it did come out. So this card is indicating that whatever it is that you've been dreaming of is possible. When you start to put action and move in that direction, the universe responds, and I feel like it's going to respond quickly. So that's a very positive card. It's a yes card. It's definitely time to reorganize, to check in, to reorient ourselves to what is possible, and then extend to even higher and bigger possibilities. It's also talking about psychic abilities, connecting with spirituality, with creation, with the oneness of all, receiving messages, synchronicities, really learning that language, spirit's language, and exploring these things, turning creative activities into jobs, and knowing that whatever you visualize, you can create. Get inspired, because the universe and our spirit guides are in support of this energy here. So truly, truly sit with this, take advantage of these times. I truly hope that this message has served you. Thank you so much for watching. Enjoy this beautiful full moon, and until next time, bye.